thanks a lot for inviting me down here. I am new to the area. I've known Coach Miles for the last 25 years. So Coach Miles actually coached me at the University of Michigan as an offensive lineman. So I go way back with Coach Miles. With our team, we've got off to a really good start. We're 2-0. As you've seen, the defense has really put the lead to our team. Coach Chavis has done a phenomenal job with his staff of getting everybody prepared. There's some young guys that need to step in now with the changes that have happened, and they do a phenomenal job of getting people prepared, getting them ready to play, and putting them in the right position to make the plays. On offense, after last year having a very successful season, but they still wanted to keep growing. One of the things Coach Miles always talks about is trying to improve and keep improving and improving. So Coach Studd, Coach Cragthorpe, we've had a new quarterback now. Really the same philosophy of offense. We want to be physical. We want to be really, really physical. We've got a huge offensive line, great running backs. As you can see from every game, we've got 4 running backs and even more that we could put out there. So we want to be physical. But now we've got a great quarterback in Zach Mettenberger. And with that, as we keep progressing, we want to take advantage of his strengths and have a multi-dimensional offense. So we've really been able to come off to a great start, really being able to show that how physical we can be and preparing ourselves for the SEC. Coming off the Washington game, they posed a lot of threats to the team. They had a quarterback that was really experienced, that threw the ball around a lot in the Pac-12, or Pac-10 last year, Pac-12 this year. So there was a lot of challenges that they really presented. That's where I really, Coach Miles is big on work ethic, so we put in a lot of hours to prepare for the Washington. And as you can see, Coach Chavis had that defense just extremely, extremely well prepared to play, and it showed. That demonstration that they put on was phenomenal. As we go forward, we got Idaho this week. Idaho's a big team. Idaho has actually gotten off to a little bit of a tough challenge at the beginning of the year. So as we saw with the Arkansas situation, every game you got to be ready, prepared. So we will not be taking this team lightly at all. Keep the same work ethic, and as Coach Miles is really a grinder. I mean, he is huge on putting in the hours and putting in the preparation. And that's the schedule will be the same for this week as we keep preparing, and because we still need to improve. There's a lot of young guys that are playing at different positions that really, really need to keep improving and improving. So when we get to a situation later in the season, in the tough conference games, that we'll be prepared for those people. If anybody has any questions, open it up for that.
I heard that Chris Falk is out for the season, so how big of an impact is that for the offensive line?
Chris Falk is, unfortunately, did suffer a knee injury that he's going to need to have surgery on. And Chris is a great person, comes from a great family, and has been a huge contribution to our team. I mean, he's a big guy, rated really high in the NFL draft. Luckily, we do have a 6th-year senior, and we were able to get the 6th year for Josh Dvorak. So the offensive line is definitely one of our strengths on offense. We've got a lot of guys, a lot of really solid, even in our 2 deep. So we will definitely miss Chris because he's a great player. I mean, great players, you don't replace them. But with the strength of all 5 of the offensive linemen, with Lyle Collins now being a full-time starter, and Josh Williford, PJ, and then Alex Hurst, we've got some really, really dominating offensive linemen there. So as we're maybe a little bit weaker at one position, as a collective, the whole offensive line should be able to pull together and really play well. Because the offensive line is not about one person. You've got to play well together as a group. So we'll miss Chris, but we should be able to, keep moving forward.
Coach, the quarterback, the backup, Rivers, is he a redshirt freshman or a pure freshman?
I believe he's a redshirt freshman.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering if he lost his redshirt because he's played some.
Well, he was on the team last year. So he's definitely a redshirt freshman. He came in early, graduated early, was on the team last year, and his brother is the starting quarterback for the San Diego Chargers. He's really done a great job, a great kid that just keeps working really hard. Coach Craig Thorpe has worked extensively with him on all of his mechanics and different things, and he's a great kid, great student, but he is a redshirt freshman.
Lyle Collins went down. What's his status? And secondly, a group of us who watch LSU very closely were wondering, does Les Miles have has he got some kind of illness or something? Because he's wearing a jacket on the sideline when it's 90 degrees.
Lyle is fine. I think it was just cramps or something on that from the game on that area. I don't know what it is with the coaching profession, but coaches love to wear jackets. Probably there's some superstition in there or something, but you look around and you're right, it's hot. I mean, there's no doubt. I moved from Newport Beach, California to here last year, so it was quite a change, and there's no doubt it's hot. So I think that's a superstition he's got that goes along with the shoes and the hat. Well, thanks a lot, and go LSU.